throwing shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent. Niggas is broke.
So we all know what happened yesterday. Cleveland, Golden State, Christmas Day rematch. Hell, finals rematch of the past 2 years. And man, I don't know what I should say. Was it a great game or was it a terrible game? It was a great game in the sense that Golden State got its confidence back, and it looked like if they played, it was going to be extremely competitive. That it's not just going to be Cleveland running the floor like people somehow expect all the time ever since they won the finals, that Cleveland's just going to win every time. There's that sense that Golden State can win, and they proved it to everyone that they're not going down without a fight. But at the same time, it was kind of bad in the way that if Golden State gets on fire like they did yesterday, I mean, I can't think of a team all time that can beat a team that hot. Yes, I'm saying it right now. Now, are they going to be that hot all the time? No. But that team is capable of going on runs like those whenever. They can start a run like that out of nowhere, out of nothing. You know, they could be, down 10 and erase it in a matter of 30 seconds. That is how high powered their offense is. And to me, just thinking about offensive presence is thinking about offensive weapons on the same team. I don't think I've ever seen a team this offensively gifted. I've never seen anything like it. Again, this is just a recap of last night's game, and it's only one game in this trilogy. But all I'm saying is the Warriors can pull off what they did last night when they're focused. And why wouldn't you be focused in the finals? Why wouldn't you be focused against the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James, who just embarrassed you last year? That's all I'm saying. Okay, now again, it is just one game. I'm not trying to exaggerate it, but all I'm saying is that game really showed me that it's gonna be a really competitive series in terms of the whole series. Not every game. Maybe there's gonna be a lot of blowouts. If you remember last playoff series, really every game was a blowout except for like game 7 and maybe some other game, but most of the games from the 2016 NBA Finals were blowouts. In terms of the whole series, I wouldn't be surprised if I see the Warriors winning game 1 in a blowout fashion, and then the Cavs coming back and blowing them out on their same home court by 30 in game 2, and then the Warriors doing the same thing game 3. You know what I'm saying? So I think what yesterday showed is that both teams can win at any cost with the talent that they have. That's how talented these two teams are. But talking about the game yesterday, I want to talk about some key concepts that I really saw that might be really key. Some of them I think is really key if the Warriors and the Cavs really do rematch in the finals. Number 1, this man Stephen Curry. I'm telling you, he is the key to this series. I'm telling you, man. If Curry played at his MVP level last season, or even close to it, the Cavs would not have a shot against Golden State. The only reason the Cavs won last year was because Steph Curry was not playing to his MVP standards, and a bunch of other factors, but the main reason, if Steph Curry played his MVP ways, they wouldn't have blown a 3-1 lead. Well, honestly, they probably would have swept Cleveland. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. I love LeBron James. I like the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's just that team was that good last season, and it just happened to be that their best player, the MVP of the league, the first unanimous MVP, did not play to his standards, and that changes the whole dynamic. And then you have Draymond being suspended, and then you have Andrew Bogut being suspended, then you have Iguodala being injured. It's just a lot of factors came into last year's finals. Now, when I say that, I'm not making excuses for Golden State, because I feel like in 2015, I felt like Cleveland really could have won if they had Kyrie and Kevin Love. But 2016, speaking of 2016 alone, the Warriors would have won if Curry was playing to his standards. And what I saw yesterday was Curry low-key figuring it out. Now, He's not dropping 35. He didn't drop 35. But what I saw was him getting into the flow. What I saw was confidence from Stephen Curry that we haven't seen him play with against Cleveland specifically. Because we know he's lit up every other team in the league except for Cleveland. And what I saw yesterday, again, it was only 20 points. But mind you, it was a blowout the whole entire game. So Curry didn't really need to play Curry. But even at that, he still had 20 points and 11 assists and 4 steals. So that's the most engaged I've seen Curry play against Cleveland ever since the 2015 finals or game 4 of last season. But I think in terms of Stephen Curry, I think the key for Curry really is his offense. I really do. If this team wants to expose the Cleveland Cavaliers, Steph Curry has to be aggressive. Let me tell you why. If Curry can make Kyrie work on defense, he will expend Kyrie's energy for offense. So if Steph Curry's aggressive, if he's going at Kyrie, not only will he make Kyrie work on defense, and not only will he score if he plays aggressively, he'll also waste Kyrie's energy so that when he's on offense, he's going to be a little bit easier to guard at the end of games. That's all I'm saying. Another thing I saw was Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver is a defensive liability. Now, I don't know why, but I feel like Cleveland is forcing Korver into the rotation. I felt like Korver should be a guy that they use just for emergencies. Like if they need a lot of 3-point shooting, they should get Korver. But if you were to run your lineup from last year of J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert, I think that's fine. I think it's just that if you need 3-point scoring specifically for a certain play, like a last-second play, or if you really need to go on a quick 9-0 run, I think you put in Korver. But besides that, I don't think there's a lot of use for Korver for this Cleveland team against the Golden State Warriors. I mean, if you saw last night, the Warriors were playing that whoever offense on Kyle Korver. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who was on Korver. They were going to Kyle Korver. They were abusing Kyle Korver. And once again, it makes Curry more effective on offense if Korver is on the court. They can hide Curry on Korver. Curry can play that whoever offense on Korver. It changes the whole dynamic of the series if you put Korver in the game. And I think personally, specifically against these two teams, is for the worst for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And even on defense, they can hide Curry on Korver. Because Curry, I'm telling you, he's a bad on-ball defender, but in terms of off-ball defense, he's a great off-ball defender. And that's basically all you have to do when you're playing Korver is just guard him off-ball. So it kind of makes Curry's job a little bit easier against the Cavs. And another key thing I saw was the bench. Look, if you look back in the past 2 years, what's made the Warriors so dominant the past 2 years is how you can put the bench in, and it seems like they didn't even make a sub. You know what I'm saying? You put in Sean Livingston, you put in Andre Iguodala, the offense is just so seamless. But because of the injuries in the finals last year, they had to rely on their stars like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Those were the guys they had to rely on. And with the addition of KD and the depletion of their bench, they felt like they really had to only rely on their stars. But if the bench can play at the level they did yesterday, if the role players can play at the level they did yesterday, the Andre Iguodalas, the Sean Livingstons, the JaVale McGee's of the world, that might change the series from a 6-7 game series to sweep, personally. Because you're not stopping a team that's getting 40 assists per game. That's just, no. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, this is a big if. It's only one game, but I'm saying these are the things that the Cavs have to look out for once they play the Golden State Warriors. And another thing, man, we don't make excuses on this channel. Where was Kyrie Irving? Look, man, I ain't hating on Kyrie. I am not hating on Kyrie Irving. But everyone has been shitting on Curry for not playing good in these games, right? We see all the memes. They blew a 3-1 lead. Kyrie's Curry's daddy. So all I'm saying is if we can make fun of Curry when he doesn't show up, we gotta call out Kyrie. So where was Kyrie? I felt like they were playing too much ISO ball. Kyrie was forcing too much. And again, it's only one game. But if y'all want to trash Curry for playing bad or subpar against an all-time great team, then we gotta do the same for Kyrie, right? Because apparently y'all ain't biased. Again, let me reiterate this. It's only one game. But every game Curry does bad, everyone goes crazy, and rightfully so. But you gotta ask, what happened to Kyrie? What was different? That's what I want to ask y'all. But this is just a quick recap of the MLK game, Golden State versus Cleveland Cavaliers. Really, it's a finals preview. I'm sorry, I'm a big Boston Celtics fan. I love a lot of teams, but these two are on a class of their own. They are on a class of their own. But with that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I kind of just winged this video, but with that being said, I am out. Peace.